What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Dembele, the 83 rated Barca left wing. He is currently coming in at around about 60 to 70k across all platforms. On Xbox it is the lowest at 65 and PlayStation is 68.5 in this current market. So basically we managed to pack him. Very ecstatic with him, as I knew already he was quite a sought after player. He is a 5-star and he's on the left wing this year. So a little bit interesting because normally he's been right wing, and obviously Messi has kind of taken priority over the right wing position for Barca, and it's quite nice to have him as somebody who can link with Mbappe, can link with obviously Ferland Mendy as well, and Varane, or Varane, however you pronounce it. I think it's Varane. So again, French link is always good in this game. Very nice. You've got Martial you could link with, Pogba, obviously in icon standard. You've got Cantona, Henry, Trezeguet, Pires. There's plenty. Desailly. There's so many French players that you can actually go with, and he is left-footed, so obviously you can either cut in with the 5-star weak foot and have a little bit more confidence that he is going to actually get the job done with his right foot as well, but then you've also got his strong foot actually being able to cross the ball. Even though I think 81 crossing he's got, it's not terrible. I feel like passing wise is not his strong suit, but I think he is able to do it. I feel like for me he is more an attacking winger, someone who's more of a left forward if anything, and that's how I would kind of see my chemistry style going towards. I'd rather it go towards a shooting attribute rather than going passing and dribbling, for instance. So looking at him then, we've got a medium high work rate, defensive, attacking. He is 5'10", so not the smallest player in the world. 92 pace with 93 acceleration, 92 sprint speed. We've got 86 dribbling, which has got 89 agility and 81 balance, and as well 80 composure with 89 dribbling. So he's already pretty stacked on his ability on the ball. Shooting wise, 75 finishing, 77 position, and 83 shot power. For me, that definitely needs work. If you're going to be putting him in a position where you want him to actually shoot and really get the goals and convert, then definitely needs that. And in terms of chemistry style, I feel like there is one, and it does get the shooting and passing up, and that is going to be the dead eye. And I think this is going to be beneficial for his all-round game. Obviously you could go all out with a finisher and get the dribbling and shooting up, but for me I think if you're going to still play him on that left mid wing forward role, your dead eye is going to be the most important, because he's then going to get the short pass, he's going to get vision, and then he's going to get a whole host of shooting. It does turn him into an 87 left wing, 86 left forward, and then an 85 left mid, which I don't feel like this card could ever play left mid in my opinion. I feel like wing is probably my preferred position for him, and then I'd be looking at maybe a left forward-ish kind of role. That would work as well, but I like him kind of out on the wing and cutting in with them 5-star skills. If you can utilize that this year, you are in for an absolute treat with him. In terms of price, I probably wouldn't be paying that yet, just because I know that the market probably will crash late hours of today. I suppose it's past midnight, so obviously we have one to watch coming out. People are going to be doing packs. Are they going to be doing loads and loads? I don't feel like the people who have already got the game will, but obviously the full game now, no pre-order, no anything, has now been released, so obviously people are going to have a little bit to play. If they've not played the 10 hours, if they've not managed to pre-order and get it for 3 days early, obviously they're going to be wanting to spend some coins or some FIFA points, for instance. So market will be affected dramatically, and then with the fact that one to watch is coming out, it should be an interesting one for some pickups, potentially for the next FUT Champ. So let's jump into some gameplay with him and see how he does. So for this review, I personally played with him with Mbappe, and honestly the partnership they created was absolutely phenomenal. He really kind of stuck to it and managed to get so many assists, and it was unreal. Him and Mbappe, with the speed that they've got, you see here Mbappe's absolutely blitzing, little dink and an absolute beautiful volley. And yes, it's an easy volley, it's one-on-one with the keeper. It's absolutely brilliant though. You can't really argue at the kind of chemistry that he has with the French players and just what he actually provides. He brings that kind of skill base on your wing, and obviously so early on in the game, it's just a nice card to have. He's great at crossing, he's great at assisting, but then also when it comes to going through on goal, he's actually not a bad player. He's quick, he's agile, he's got a good shot, I'd say. Passing's decent. I think crossing definitely works the best for him, which obviously is not bad on this game, but I think heading will bring that out of him really, because heading's now more of a thing. It's actually quite nice to be able to cross the ball again. But let's get into the overall review and see what I think about him on the end screen. So going into the overall then for Dembele, as you can see, 65, 65, 68.5. Prices, I think it's pretty realistic for right now. Obviously, he is the 5-star, quite meta, really good down the wing. He's going to be a sought-after player. He's got a cracking link with A, Barca, B, French, and just an overall good player. So I can always expect this card, even at an 83 rated, to be relatively high priced. It's just what happens. But I feel like he will drop. I feel like he will drop quite a bit over the next like few days, and then we're going to see him go madly up again for FUT Champs. He's going to be a big player to get. I don't feel like everyone's going to go max out onto their FUT Champs team, but this guy definitely could be one that actually really makes it through. I feel like he's good enough to kind of make the first real meta FUT Champs team, and especially if someone does have an Mbappe, if you can't get Neymar as well, which if you can get an Mbappe, then Neymar, unless you have literally got all the coins, then he's going to be very hard to get. You're looking at 3 mil between the two players by that point. So Dembele is not a bad little replacement. Yes, he's no Neymar, but definitely more of a, I don't know, he's not a B-Tech Neymar, but you know what I mean, in terms of the ability between the two, he technically is, but overall is a really, really good card. And like I said, the link to Ferland Mendy is a cracking one, because then you could go potentially Zidane, Pogba, you could go Petit if you really wanted to go high rated, or even Conte, Varane, and then Mendy as well. It's an absolute beautiful left hand side with an Mbappe up front. There's so many options right there. In terms of in real life, obviously he was linked to Man U. He has not played, well, he's played one game and it was a sub on, so potentially when that game was. I know he's not really played too much. He came into FIFA at FIFA 17 from Dortmund as well. I really didn't know he went to Dortmund, but obviously he's had a relatively successful career on FIFA. I feel like he's definitely done quite well. Team of the season, FUT is another team of the season, Summer Heat, and then obviously we have him right now going downgraded by 1. And I feel like he got an 82 there, 83 there, so he's relatively around about the same rating. To say that he's not played too much, I think he's done pretty well. In terms of perfect links, obviously we got Griezmann. Lenglet you wouldn't be able to, and they've got 3 French centre-backs, that's pretty sick. But obviously Griezmann being the only one you'd really link into, and then you've got your icons, you've got your Messi. Again, you couldn't link him to him either really, but hey-ho. And then we've got all of La Liga, and then pretty much all of the French players in all the other leagues. Some really, really big names. Ben Yedder, another cracking one to link him with. But overall, I've said link-wise, De Jong, Pogba, Benzema. Then Ben Yedder is one of them that I completely forgot about. Cracking in form there. Lacazette storyline card, another, well, a free card right there at the end of the season. But then I've given him an overall as 9. The reason I do that is not necessarily that that's how amazing all of the ability is, but for the price, the rating, and what he can do right now, I definitely think he's up there with some of the big boys. And for the price he is, I think he's relatively cheap in comparison. If you're looking at Neymar, if you're looking at someone like Messi, Ronaldo, Bale, they're all quite highly priced. And for a 5-star, I think he's well worth a look at. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.